This guy made $32 million last year on Airbnb. This girl made $1.1 million. And this dude made $7 million. And they all did it in 3 very different ways. In this video, I'm gonna show you exactly what each one of them did to make their millions. Plus, I'm also gonna show you how you can steal their strategies to start building your own fortune. And if you stick around till the end, I'm also gonna show you how one guy lost $100 million with Airbnb so that you can avoid making the same mistakes that he made. All right, let's welcome to the stage our very first guest. With a company clocking in at an estimated $32 million earned in 2023, this guy is a certified Airbnb baller. In case you don't know him, this guy's name is Tim Choate. And in 2010, he founded a company called Red Awning. At its core, Red Awning is what's called an Airbnb co-hosting business. That means they manage people's properties on Airbnb in exchange for a percentage cut of the revenue. So when a property they manage gets a booking, some of that money, typically about 20%, goes to them. The rest goes to the property owner. Now, to grow to $32 million in revenue, Red Awning had to raise over $40 million in funding, and they also had to grow to more than 100,000 properties under management. Not exactly what I'd call a stress-free business, and certainly not what a lot of us are after. But that doesn't mean you can't steal their strategy to build your own fortune on Airbnb. Unlike most businesses that need a lot of money to scale, Airbnb co-hosting allows you to get started with next to no money at all. Are you gonna end up growing it that way to $32 million? No, probably not. But if you're looking to grow to 6 figures in income, then this can be an awesome strategy. I've helped more than 750 people build co-hosting businesses over the last few years. If you want my help to get started, check out B&B Tribe at the link in the description down below. Next up, we've got our girl Laura, who's got a pretty sweet setup down in Austin, Texas. With one single property, Laura raked in over $1.1 million last year on Airbnb. Now, I know that some of you are probably thinking, how on earth is it possible to make $1.1 million with one single property? And I get it. When we do the math on that, it works out to over $3,000 per day. Yowza. But Laura was able to pull it off, and when you see her listing, you'll understand why. Only 8 miles from downtown Austin, this place is a 14-bedroom, 11.5 bathroom mega compound. It's got a resort pool, a separate lap pool, an Airstream trailer, and a 1-acre fish pond. Yeah, it's kinda nuts. But the strategy Laura's using here is actually really simple, and it's one that you could start using today to make some pretty solid income. All Laura's doing is taking a spare space that she has and opening it up to guests on Airbnb. And while you may not have a spare multi-million-dollar mansion sitting around not getting used, a lot of us have a spare bedroom, an extra space you can convert, or even a vacation home that doesn't get used all the time. And if not, have you ever considered listing your home on Airbnb the next time you're away on vacation? These are all great ways to make thousands of dollars on Airbnb, or in Laura's case, even millions of dollars. But what if you don't have any spare space? Or you do, but you just aren't all that keen on letting a bunch of strangers into it? Well, in that case, do what Isaac did and become an Airbnb investor. Isaac got started with only $50,000 and turned that into $7 million only 2 years later. And the way he did it was pretty insane. You see, Isaac had a vision of creating a one-of-a-kind Airbnb compound in his home state of Texas. But what he didn't have was millions of dollars to invest. Isaac had to get resourceful. He borrowed money from the bank, took on some partners, and used a line of credit. And in the end, Isaac's vision became a reality. He saw the project through, launched on Airbnb, and made a cool $7 million within 2 years. Now, those kinds of returns are obviously far from the norm. In fact, I spent about a week researching Isaac's journey and put together a whole separate video on it. You can check that out right here. But just like with Tim and Laura, there's a lot that we can learn from Isaac. Whether you start with a condo, a small home, or a one-of-a-kind compound, Investing in Airbnbs is a great strategy. And if you want to learn more about these strategies, then check out B&B Tribe at the link in the description. When you join B&B Tribe, you'll get access to step-by-step trainings that'll walk you through every single step. You'll also get live calls with me to help you implement everything. Again, the link to check it out is down below in the description. Now, there is one model that I don't recommend if you're looking to make money on Airbnb. And this next story will help you to understand why. Meet Jordan. Jordan is an entrepreneur from Spokane, Washington. In 2011, he launched a company called Stay Alfred. Stay Alfred's business model was something called rental arbitrage. Basically, they'd rent out apartments, furnish them, snap some pics, and throw them up on Airbnb. The goal was for them to make more off Airbnb than what they owed in rent each month. And for about 8 years, that looked like it was all going well for Jordan. The company shot up to over $100 million in revenue, and everything seemed to be going well. But the thing is, rental arbitrage is a really risky business model, far riskier than any of the other 3 models that Tim, Laura, or Isaac used. Because with rental arbitrage, you're renting properties, so you don't actually own the real estate, but you do still take on significant financial risk. And that risk backfired for Jordan in 2020 when the pandemic hit. His Airbnb bookings dried up, but rent was still due. And only 3 months later, the once $100 million company was no more. The same ending met several other rental arbitrage businesses, and it's all because of the fundamentally flawed business model. In an interview post-collapse, Jordan stated, and I quote, "If we were doing this again, we would have looked to own more buildings. But renting became the business model." So there you have it. 3 regular people with 3 totally different business models, each one making millions with Airbnb. If you want this to one day be you, then check out B&B Tribe to get started. Thanks for watching this video, and I'll see you in the next one.